The second lecture is on ligands and its types. A ligand is the one which donates a pair of electrons to the central metal ion. So classification of ligands, you have the first one is monodentate or unidentate ligand. Mono means single. So if a ligand contains only one donor atom, that is termed to be unidentate ligands. For example, I have shown here H minus, which is hydrido, CH3COO minus, where it is termed as acetato, C6H5O minus phenoxo, OH minus hydroxo, I minus iodo, Cn minus, which is cyano. So these are the names of ligands given while you use them in the nomenclature. So in all these ligands, there is only one donor atom that can donate its pair of electrons to the central metal ion. Suppose in acetato, only this O minus, the charge containing atom, this oxygen is going to donate its electrons. In phenoxo, O is going to bind with the metal center. In hydroxo, that is O which is going to bind with the central metal. Then in cyano, the nitrogen center is going to bind with the central metal. So only one donor atom is going to donate its pair of electrons. That's why those kind of ligands are termed to be monodentate or unidentate ligands. So the next one is polydentate ligands. If a ligand contains more than one donor atoms, it is termed as polydentate ligands. For example, you have SO4 2 minus, where two of the oxygens can bind with the central metal ion. So that's why the bidentate ligand term has come up. Then you have carbonato. This is CO3 2 minus. There are two donor atoms which can donate its pair of electrons to the metal center. Then you have DMG, dimethyl glyoxymato, which is also a bidentate ligand. Then you have ethylene diamine, NH2, CH2, CH2, NH2, where the two nitrogen centers can donate its lone pair of electrons to the metal center. Then you have EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, that will that has six ligands, six donor atoms which can donate its electrons to the central metal ion. So that's why the hexadentate ligand. Then you have diethylene triamine, which is also denoted as DIEN, and the formula is as shown. So here is the list. If you see here closely, you have unidentate, the type of ligand, the name of ligand, and the third section is a symbol, and the fourth one you have the structure. So in unidentate, I am showing you the structure of water, ammonia, and pyridine. In each of these structures, there is only one donor atom which is trying to donate its pair of electrons or the lone pair to the metal center. Then next, coming to next category, you have bidentate ligands. I have showing you several structures starting with ethylene diamine. Next, glycinate, you have acetyl acetonate anion, oxalate anion. Then you have dimethyl glyoxime anion. Then 2 comma 2 prime dipyridyl ligand. Then you have 1 comma 10 phenanthroline. So in each of these structures, in the first one, ethylene diamine, you have two nitrogens. So these two nitrogens are the atoms which are going to donate its electrons. And the glyoxinate ion, you have a nitrogen donor atom and you have an oxygen donor atom. Coming to acetyl acetonate anion, you have two oxygens which can donate the electrons. Then in oxalate, you have two oxygens. It is shown by arrows here. Then you have in DMG, the two nitrogen centers are going to donate electrons. In 2 comma 2 dipyridyl, you have two nitrogen centers, and followed by 1 comma 10 phenanthroline, you have two nitrogen donor atoms. Then coming to tridentate category, you have diethylene triamine. In diethylene triamine, you have three nitrogen centers. One nitrogen is over here, and the second one is here, and the third one is here. So these three nitrogen centers are going to donate its pair of electrons to the metal center. So that's why this ligand is termed to be tridentate ligand. And few more examples of tridentate ligands is immunodiacetate anion, where there is one nitrogen donor atom here as shown, the second one is an oxygen and the third one is an oxygen. So there are two oxygen donor atoms and one nitrogen donor atom. Totally there are three donor atoms. That's why it comes under a category tridentate ligand. Then you have 2 comma 2 prime comma 2 double prime tetrapyridine, where the structure is shown in figure as here, and there are three nitrogen atoms which are going to give donate its pair of electrons. Then you have tetradentate. You have example as triethylene tetraamine, where four of the nitrogen centers 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are going to donate its pair of electrons to the metal. Then you have pentadentate. Example is ethylene diamine triacetic anion. So you have to look closely the structure. Observe this structure closely, where you can see there is one oxygen here, one, the second oxygen is over here, and the third donor atom, the nitrogen, is over here, and the fourth donor atom is here, the nitrogen, and the fifth donor atom over here is the oxygen. So totally there are three oxygen donor atoms and two nitrogen donor atoms which are going to donate its pair of electrons. Then the last one, hexadentate, EDTA, the very famous ligand, is shown here, the structure, where there are four oxygen atoms, one, two, three, four, four oxygen atoms, and there are two nitrogen atoms. One is over here and the other one is here. So there are totally six donor atoms which contribute or donate its pair of electrons to the metal center. That's why the term for EDTA has come as tetrahexadentate. So next up, the we are going to study about ambidentate ligands. So ambidentate ligands, in ambidentate ligands you have, in some certain ligands, they possess two different donor atoms, hence they can be bonded to metal either of the two donor atoms. Suppose consider the example of nitrato ion. So nitrato ion is having a formula of NO2. So the metal can be bonded with nitrogen or it can be bonded via oxygen. So if it is and it is possessing two donor atoms, one is the nitrogen and the other one is oxygen. Even in the case of cyanide, Cn minus, you have cyanido, you have two possibilities. One is OCN minus, where it can bond with oxygen, and isocyanate, where the ligand can bond to the metal center through nitrogen. So consider this example here as shown below, where it is shown that nitrate NO2 has been used as a ligand, where in the first complex it is bonded with the nitrogen center, while in the second one it is bonded with oxygen center. So such behaviors of ligands, in which a ligand is possessing two or more donor atoms and they can be bonded with any of the donor atom, such kind of ligands are termed as ambidentate ligands. So next up we have flexidentate ligands. So in some polydentate ligands, either they utilize all the donor atoms or they will utilize only few donor atoms. That means they are bonded to metal either of any ligating sites. For example, if there are EDTA is having hexadentate. So it means that six donor atoms are present within one ligand. So it is the ligand where it can utilize all the six ligating sites, or it can use only few ligating sites. For example, here I have shown SO4 minus acts as a monodentate as well as a bidentate ligand. So SO4 minus can use only one oxygen donor atom to bind with a metal, or as well as it can also use two donor oxygen atoms to bind with a metal. So it can both act as monodentate as well as bidentate ligand. Next up you have, I am showing you a picture here wherein you have a complex, a ruthenium based complex, and this is the entire ligand. So you have ruthenium center, and in this ligand there are two nitrogen atoms which are binded with the ruthenium. When in the complex 2 you have, there are four four nitrogen atoms which are directly connected to ruthenium. Here there are two nitrogen which are bonded with ruthenium, and here there are another two ligating sites which are bonded with ruthenium. So in the complex 1 only these two sites have been utilized, while these two ligating sites have not been used, while in the complex 2 all the four ligating sites have been utilized. So such kind of behavior shown by the ligands utilizing their ligating sites are known as flexidentate ligands. Next up you have bridged ligand. In bridge ligands, some of the ligands simultaneously bond to two metal atoms. As a result, they form a bridge between two metal atoms. See, there is a ligand L that can bind simultaneously with a metal here and the metal on the other side. So, such kind of behavior shown, and these ligands are termed to be bridged ligands. So, example of such behavior shown by the ligands are Cn minus, OH minus, H minus, NO2 minus, ONO minus, nitride, N3 minus, NH2 minus, and X minus. This is halogens. So these kind of ligands are termed to be bridged ligands, where there is simultaneous bond between two metal atoms. Next, you have chelating ligands. So, polydentate ligands, when utilize all the donor atoms, then formation of a ring or a chelation takes place in metal complexes. For example, if you see here, there is a metal center, and I am showing you an uh, chelating ligand where DMG, and there are two nitrogen centers which are bonded with the metal. So there is a ring kind of formation. This ring formation is known as chelation. So such kind of complexes are called as chelating complexes or chelating ligands. Such ligands are called chelating ligands. Then you have pi donor ligands or pi electron ligands. So certain ligands do not possess a lone pair of electrons even though they can be bonded to the metal by utilizing their pi bonded electrons. So till now we have seen all the ligands, they can donate a pair of electrons because they consist of a negative charge or they are having a lone pair of electrons. While in pi donor ligands or pi electron ligands, even though the ligands cannot possess a lone pair of electrons, but still they can bind with the metal center through pi bonded electrons. Such kind of ligands are called as pi donor ligands. So for example, C2H4, C2H2, C6H6. So example of such complexes like ferrocene or ruthinosine, and you have Z salt in which there are utilizing of pi bonded electrons to bond with the metal center. Next you have calculation of coordination number. So coordination number is defined as the number of bonds taken by the metal atom with ligands in complex compound. Okay, in the earlier class I have mentioned you about a coordination number. Now we will see how to calculate the coordination number. So if the coordination sphere consists only monodentate ligands, if all the ligands are monodentate, then the coordination number of metal is equal to the number of ligands present. Okay, if the ligand is a polydentate ligand, then we need to be careful while calculating the coordination number. So first we will consider the situation where all the ligands are monodentate ligands. Then what will be your coordination number is 1 into that number of monodentate ligands, because mono means single donor atom. So that many number of donor atoms into 1 will be your coordination number. If all are the bidentate ligands, so each bidentate ligand is coordinated with the metal with the two donor atoms, so that's why coordination number is equal to 2 into number of bidentate ligands. If the number of bidentate ligands are 2, then 2 into 2 coordination number will be 4. If the if all the ligands present are tridentate ligands, then tri means 3. Okay, each of the ligand is having 3 donor atoms. Then your coordination number will be 3 into number of tridentate ligands. So next we will see if monodentate and bidentate, if there is a mixture of or a combination of monodentate and bidentate ligands present within a complex, then how you will calculate your coordination number is, because there is one mono, so 1 into number of monodentate ligands plus bidentate ligands, that's why 2 into number of bidentate ligands. Suppose you have a coordination complex with a bidentate and a tridentate ligands. Then bi means 2. So coordination number will be 2 into number of bidentate ligands plus 3 into number of tridentate ligands. So here are the examples I am showing you for the calculation of coordination number. First one is AgNH3 taken twice Cl. So there is two ammonia molecules which are ligands bonded to silver. So you know that ammonia is a monodentate ligand, only nitrogen is bonded with silver. So there is coordination number will be calculated as 1 into 2, because there are two ammonia molecules as ligands, so the coordination number will be 2. Suppose consider this example PtCN4 2 minus. So Cn is a monodentate ligand. So how many monodentate ligands are present? There are 4 monodentate ligands present. So the coordination number will be 1 into 4, because there are 4 ligands present. Then you have COGLY taken thrice glycinate. So glycinate is a bidentate ligand. Bi means 2. So coordination number you will calculate it as 2 into, because there are 3 ligands in number, 3 glycinate ligands are attached to the cobalt, that's why 2 into 3. This 2 has come because it is a bidentate ligand. This 3 has come because there are 3 glycinate ligands bonded to the cobalt, that's why 2 into 3. Total coordination number is 6. Then you have Cr DIEN, and then you have CN thrice. So in this complex you have diethylene triamine. This ligand is a tridentate ligand. So it can form 3 bonds. There are 3 donor atoms connected to the metal center. So how you will calculate the coordination number is 3 into, there is only one diene. Okay, that's why into 1 plus there are 3 cyanide ligands. So and each of the cyanide ligand is a monodentate ligand, that's why it is 1 into 3. So 3 into 1 plus 1 into 3, total comes to be 6. So the coordination number of this particular complex is 6.